Erik Luzak from the Get Real Network, and I'm here today to discuss these rubber worms, commonly called the Senko. So what is a Senko? A Senko is a sinking stick bait which is made of soft plastic and is loaded with salt. Now what the salt does is makes it denser than the water and causes it to sink without any additional weight. And that's what triggers the strikes, the fact that it falls naturally regardless of how you rig it, and that's what catches so many fish with these baits. So how do you rig it weedless? You start by getting an offset hook like this. This is a 3/0 wide gap offset hook. There's the offset. This is the wide gap. It bends down. 3/0. 2/0 would be smaller. 4/0 bigger. Okay. For a 5-inch Senko like this, I usually use a 3/0. You start by taking the nose of the bait, and you can see that there's a difference between the head, which is flat, and the tail, which is pointy. You take the point of the hook, and you shove it in the nose. I go down about 1/2 inch. And then I pop it out and push it all the way through. Okay, now you keep sliding up. You completely cover the eye. You go right through the eye. And right before that offset comes out, I turn the hook point 180 to face the bait. Just like that. And now I keep pulling out. Keep pulling until that offset that I showed you earlier shows itself. Just like that. The eye is still inside the bait, but the offset bend is sticking out now. And now as you can see, the hook point lines up perfectly straight with the bait. From here, you want this hook point to be inside the bait the exact way it looks right now. That way there's no bends, there's no kinks in the bait. That's going to allow it to sink properly and have the proper quiver as it falls. So I mark the back of the hook point with my thumbnail or my fingernail, and that's where I line up and I bend until it's at my fingernail there, and I insert the hook that way. I actually go all the way up to the top. Right now my hook point's sticking straight out, but it's a good time to tell that it's straight. There's no bends in it. And all I do is I back up, bury the hook a little bit. It's weedless, it's straight. It'll quiver on the way down. You can pull it through weeds, you can cast it on lily pads, docks, stumps, anything. Get right to where those big bass are hiding out. Here's how you rig these Senkos wacky style. You get a hook like this. This is actually made for wacky fishing. It's got a wire guard on the front here. This is a 1/0. So basically it's going to keep all the weeds off with the wire guard. You find the center of the bait. Usually I let it dangle like that. Take the hook point and just puncture it right through. Let it hang. That's a wacky rig. That easy, that simple, but very effective.